What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today we're going to talk about a Southern California rapper. Arguably one of the best rappers right now out of Southern California. Rowdy Racks. Recently, Lefty Gunplay entered rehab, and then not long after that, Rowdy Racks entered rehab. Since entering rehab, we haven't heard anything about Lefty. You've seen him put on some size, and I guess he's been in the studio, but he's been out of the way. Rowdy Racks went to rehab, got out, and thanks to a post 12 hours ago by the full community, we now learn, unfortunately, that Rowdy Racks is sitting in the county jail. The charges, now let me read this to you. Driving with a suspended license, hit and run with property damage, possession of drug paraphernalia, evasion, probation violation, and possession of hard drugs with a prior. No matter how talented people are, no matter how intelligent people are, addiction can ruin you, can take your life over and make you something you don't want to be and something you never were supposed to be. I think all of us that have had someone in our lives, someone that we loved, someone that we cared about, get caught up in an addiction, sooner or later we see someone that we never knew. And when they get to that point, it's rare that they come back. Rowdy Racks is only 30 years old. Rowdy Racks, I'm going to say it. I was going to stay away from it, but I'm going to say this. A lot of people talk about his usage of the N-word, right? Because it's extremely excessive. And he comes from a part of LA County where there aren't a lot of blacks. And, for me, I like the way he raps. I can't deal with the excessive use of the N-word. I'm old school. It just doesn't feel right, right? And not too long ago, he was asked about that. What's going to happen if you go to jail and you're going to use the N-word? And this youngster said, I run my own program. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. Nobody runs my program. Well, Rowdy Racks is now sitting in the worst county jail, the most dangerous and deadly county jail in California. And he is nobody special. Nobody gives a damn about your rapping skills. You get around the right people, you are going to be told what to do. And you are going to listen. Because if you don't, you won't be around much longer. I'm hoping that look, none of these charges are serious. And especially nowadays in California, when it comes to a drug case, a lot of times they're cutting people loose. The property damage is the only thing where I could see, and that could just be a fine, depending on how much the property damage is. LA County is overpopulated, overcrowded. They're not trying to house dudes that have petty crimes like this. So he may just get off with a slap on the wrist. To me, personally, I would hope that the judge would send him to another rehab. Try that again. He definitely doesn't need prison, and he doesn't need incarceration in that county jail when he's strung out, can't stop saying the N-word, and it could turn out ugly. Who knows, though? Who knows? I'm from a different era, different generation. Maybe a lot of people are using that word now even behind the walls, even in the county. It would be a shock to my senses, but it wouldn't be surprising. I've never been addicted to anything in my life other than a criminal lifestyle. And I know that my addiction to the criminal lifestyle was nothing compared to an addiction to alcohol or a substance. I've seen the difference. The outcomes of addiction, period, no matter what the addiction is, it could be gambling, it could be anything. They ruin your life. They ruin your happiness. But this dude with drug paraphernalia and hard drugs, he needs somebody to step in. Maybe he needs to just get away from California for a little while. I don't know if his probation will allow it. Maybe he needs to change his circle. I don't know how much money he's making. You know, I've spoken to guys that are in the music industry, and they've told me straight out, there is no money in music anymore. Not if you're the artist. There's chump change if you're the artist, but the money's not real. But whatever it is, it's enough for him to live off of, I guess. And there may be people around him that are living off of what little he's living off of. And so maybe he needs to change his circle. Get away from California for a little while. Go somewhere where nobody knows him. There's no type of lifestyle that he's used to. Notice the things around him. You know, I remember when I first paroled, every time I went out and I drove, I noticed every damn tree. I noticed the bushes. I noticed the people. I noticed the homeless. And I noticed that the people around me didn't notice any of that stuff because they saw it every day of their life. This was all a brand new gift to me. Maybe Rowdy Racks needs to get somewhere where he can realize the gifts of living, the gifts of participating in life. And then he'll learn how to appreciate those people who really give a damn about him. It would be a damn shame if this dude winds up 40 years old in prison, doing a stretch, and still trying to rap like he's a youngster. Because a lot of dudes in there, especially dudes with life that have been in there 20, 30 years, when he pulls up, they're going to look at him like, what a fucking waste. To have potential, to have an ability that could have got him out of his barrio, got him somewhere nice, put his family in a position to have something, and instead get caught up on some dope and throw it all away and wind up in that same cell with that lifer who wishes he had one opportunity to get back out on the streets. Just some food for thought, man. I hope Rowdy Racks is able to clean up and kill it in the music industry. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.